Are you ready to practice? Let's go. Here, exercise number 1. Read the article. Are these sentences true or false? Or correct? Right or wrong? Oh. Correct them, make them correct. So here we see number 1. Kari Machet is from Los Angeles? No, that's false. So Kari Machet is from Canada. How do we know? So look here. David, where are you from, Kari? Kari, I'm from Canada, but I live and work in Los Angeles. So I'm from Canada, but I work in Los Angeles. So let's go. We need to find, so that's the answer for number 1. Let's look at the questions for number 2, 3, 4, 5. TV actors get up very late. They have breakfast at the studio. They work for 6 hours before lunch. They have half an hour for lunch. Let's find out. So, D, can you tell us about your day-to-day life? Well, TV actors work very long days and we start work very early. What time did you get up? I get up at 4:30 in the morning. Wow, you get up very early. Yes, and I'm not very good in the morning, so it's always difficult. I leave home at 5:30 and I get to the studio at about 6 o'clock. That's when people do my hair and makeup. What about breakfast? I have breakfast at about 6:15 in the makeup room. Then we start work at about 7 o'clock. When do you have lunch? We have lunch at 1 o'clock and we start work again at 2 o'clock. Okay. Can you now answer these questions? What do you think? What do you think? What are the answers? Well, let's have a look. TV actors get up very late. Well, so what's the answer? Well, can you tell us about your day-to-day life? Well, TV actors work very long days and we start work very early. What time do you get up? I get up at 4:30 in the morning. Wow, that's very early. Wow, so TV actors get up very late? Yes or no? True or false? 3. They have breakfast at the studio. Yes or no? Well, I'm not very good in the morning, so it's always difficult. I leave home at 5:30. I get to the studio at 6. What about breakfast? I have breakfast at about 6:15 in the makeup room. They work for about 6 hours before lunch. So she starts work at 7 o'clock. And then we have lunch at 1 o'clock. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So you work for 6 hours before lunch. And then number 5, they have half an hour for lunch. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Let's check our answers. Ta-da! Okay, so TV actors get up very late. False. TV actors get up very early. They have breakfast at the studio. Well, basically, yes, at the studio or in the makeup room. Yeah, they have breakfast in the studio or in the makeup room. They work for 6 hours before lunch. Yes, they do. They have half an hour for lunch. False. No, they have 1 hour for lunch. Let's look at the next exercise. Exercise number 2. Let's make questions with these words. So, where do you live? Live, where live you do? Where do you live? Okay. Where do you... Oh, hang on. What do you think? So, question. So, where, what, when, what, when? What do you think? What do you think? So, where do you live? Where do you work? What time do you get up? Oh, what about 4 and 5? What do you think? Bạn nghĩ sao về số 4, 5 và 6? Now, we will look at the answers. If you need more time, stop and think. Okay, now the answers. Number 1, where do you live? Number 2, where do you work? Number 3, what time do you get up? Number 4, when do you start work or classes? 5, what time do you get home? And when do you have dinner? Cool. Let's look at the next exercise. Number 3. Here, fill in the gaps with these verbs. What verbs? Finish, get, go, start, finish, sleep. Aha! So, when do you finish work? Most days we finish at about 9 o'clock. Wow. Do, You, what do you think? You work at 7 and something work at 9? Yes, it's a very long day. What do you think is 2 and 3? Well, we'll keep going. Yes, it's a very long day, but sometimes I, for an hour in the afternoon. What time do you get home? About 9:30. Where do you have dinner? I usually at home while I learn my lines for the next day. Then I something bed at 11 o'clock. And so, do you have a glamorous life? Not when I'm at work. No, definitely not. So what do you think are the answers? Now we will check the answers. Are you ready? Okay. So, when do you finish work? Most days we finish at about 9. Do you start work at 7 and you finish work at 9? Yes, it's a very long day, but sometimes I sleep for an hour in the afternoon. What time do you get home? I get home at about 9:30. Where do you have dinner? Usually at home while I learn my lines for the next day. Then I go to bed at 11 o'clock. So, do you have a glamorous life? Not when I'm at work. No, definitely not. Well, that's good. The life of an actor. But now it is the end of the lesson. Have a good day. See you again. Goodbye.